In 1938, a significant legal case unfolded that would challenge the standards and enforcement of the Federal Food and Drugs Act of 1906. The case, United States v. Washington Dehydrated Food Company, centered on the safety and regulatory compliance of food products, specifically dehydrated apples produced by the Washington Dehydrated Food Company. This dispute not only highlighted the complexities of food safety regulations, but also set precedents in the interpretation and application of such laws. The controversy began when the U.S. government seized a shipment of apple chops produced by the Washington Dehydrated Food Company. The government alleged that the apple chops were adulterated with arsenic and lead, which originated from the arsenate of lead pesticide used during the cultivation of the apples. Under the Federal Food and Drugs Act, the presence of such chemicals was deemed potentially harmful and thus not compliant with federal safety standards. The case was brought before the United States District Court for the District of Oregon. The legal arguments presented were intricate, involving detailed scientific evidence about the levels of arsenic and lead in the apples. The government's position was that any detectable amount of these substances could potentially pose a health risk. On the other hand, the Washington Dehydrated Food Company contested these claims, arguing that the trace amounts of arsenic and lead found in their products were within safe limits and not harmful to consumers. A pivotal aspect of the case was the interpretation of what constituted harm or potential harm under the Federal Food and Drugs Act. Expert witnesses played a crucial role, providing testimony on the toxicity of the substances and the risk associated with consuming the dehydrated apples. The court had to consider the scientific reliability of the testing methods used to detect arsenic and as well as the broader implications of ruling on such a matter. In its ruling, the court sided with the Washington Dehydrated Food Company. The decision was based on the evidence that the levels of arsenic and lead in the apple chops were not conclusively proven to be injurious to health. This decision underscored the challenges in regulating food safety, especially with regards to determining acceptable levels of various chemicals in food products. The implications of this case were far-reaching. It prompted discussions and eventual reforms in how food safety is regulated, including considerations for updating the thresholds for chemical residues in food products. Furthermore, the case highlighted the need for clear scientific evidence and standards in the enforcement of food safety laws. In the broader context, United States v. Washington Dehydrated Food Company served as a critical reference point for later cases involving food safety and the interpretation of the Federal Food and Drugs Act. It also illustrated the evolving nature of food safety standards and the continuous need for regulatory bodies to adapt to new scientific findings and public health knowledge. Overall, the case of United States v. Washington Dehydrated Food Company is a seminal moment in the history of U.S. food safety legislation. It not only shaped legal precedents, but also influenced the development of policies that ensure the safety of food products in the United States. As such, it remains a key study in the field of food law and regulatory affairs. Thank you for listening. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history. Before you go, a simple way to support the efforts of this channel is to like, subscribe, comment, and share.